Hi everyone and welcome to Architecture Photography Tutorials. This tutorial is going to be a quick hit tutorial that focuses on fixing the green grass. So let's dive right into it. I'm already in Photoshop and this image is coming along nicely. I've made a lot of progress on it, but one thing I know I want to fix before I deliver it to the client is the green grass. So we have kind of some brown here, all through here and there, getting kind of greener over here as we get to this house's lawn. So I want to kind of match that to this house that's closer up. Now, one thing I could do is if I have a library of grass from other images shoots, I could find one and copy and paste it in so that way it matches and fits. You got to think about the sun angle and distance from your camera and all of those things. So if you have a nice library of grass, go ahead, copy, paste. That's a great way to deliver green grass to your client on a regular basis. That said, if you don't have that, this is another great, quick, easy way to get green grass. It's just a couple quick steps. So here I am, I'm in Photoshop, I have my image. Let's go ahead and make a copy of it. So now I have layer one, so Command J, it's all we have to do to make a copy of our layer. And the other thing is we're going to need to make a path of all of the grass areas that we want to select. So you'll see I've already done that just to save some time, so I can make that selection here, feather by 1 pixel. There is all of my selection of grass that I'm going to fix. But let's do Command D. Use your pen tool to go ahead. I'll just do a rough one here and then I'll delete it. So again, you can just use your pen tool, go around and make the selection. So that's one way to do it. Again, I've already done that here just to move things along, but do be precise because you don't want any color bleed onto the sidewalk or anything else. So now that I have my layer here, I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer there. And now this is the first step. I'm going to actually add in my grass. So there's my grass, make selection, good to go. Go back to my layer 2 here, and I'm going to take my brush, so I have my B, and I'm going to click Option, and I'm just going to select this green over here. This is the green that I want to have my front areas that are brown look like, because this is a nice green grass. If you don't have green grass in your image, you can find a different green in your image that you like, or you could find a different image outside of this one, click it, and bring it in here. So you can take colors from a different image and use them here. All you have to do is use that eyedropper tool. But I have the green over here that I like. Again, Option click. Now I have that selected, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint. And since I already have my selection, all it's doing is painting in the areas that I have selected. Now obviously that does not look good at all, so I'm going to change my blend mode from normal to color. And now that's made some progress. It still doesn't look great here if we zoom in. It's not bad, but it does kind of look painted over. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click Command J. And so I'm basically copying my color layer now. And then what I'm gonna do is there's a couple of different blend modes here that you can try out that might work. One of them is hue. So if we zoom in again over here, and I click it before, after, made a little bit of a change, not a lot. So hue is one option. The other one is overlay, and you can see that's pretty bright. That's maybe a little bit too much, but now that gives a little bit more texture than just the original color layer. The other one that I like to try out is multiply, and that one goes really dark. So overlay is gonna make it really bright. Multiply is gonna make it really dark. So let's zoom out. And again, I want to try and match this green. I think it's a good color. It looks good. So a couple different ways that I can do that here. I can make an adjustment here to my opacity of my multiply, and that starts to blend things in pretty nicely. So that's one option. Again, I could try overlay. That makes things a little bit, I think, too bright. So again, I can kind of tone it down using my opacity. That's pretty close. I mean, if we zoom in here, I mean, that looks pretty natural. I think it's a little bit maybe brighter than that area over here, especially down here. So a couple different ways we can handle it. We can go down here, create a new fill or adjustment layer, go to curves. We can clip it by clicking the option key, and that little arrow comes down, so that lets you know that this curves layer is just applying to that layer. We can just kind of maybe darken it a little bit. So again, you can kind of blend it in that way. So that's an option. Again, if we did our multiply layer, we could do the exact same thing. We could take this curves layer, and instead of darkening it, we could kind of brighten it up a little bit. And I think that looks a little bit better. Again, when we had the overlay layer, this area and some of these other spots that kind of are getting hit by the sun, I think look a little bit too bright and too hot, even with the curves as darker. So I like multiply. That is usually what I use, is multiply. Again, I think it looks natural. And again, you have all of the different opacities, so you could always adjust the color down a little bit too. You could make that 65. So you can play around with the opacities on both your color layer and your multiply layer. So that way the grass color and texture within it really looks the way that you want it to. And again, I think that's matching up pretty good. That's maybe, could maybe even just go a touch brighter, kind of have it match a little bit more. So there you go. That's it. That's all you need to do. You could then just group these together and call this grass. And let's just see here. So here's what we started with. Eyeball it. And then this is what we end up with. So a real quick, easy way to make your green pop, whether you're shooting at winter and the grass is all gray, brown, whatever, or even in spring, summertime here where this image was and the grass just isn't looking great. A real quick, easy tool, couple steps, and you just have some nice looking green grass and just a much better image now that you can deliver your clients. So hope this quick hits tutorial was helpful for you. As always, thank you for watching Architecture Photography Tutorials. If you have any questions, please do reach out to us, send us a note, and we look forward to working with you again here soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.